use of military equipment in Sacramento is an ongoing issue for many across the city who argue it's not warranted and sometimes used unfairly in minority neighborhoods. It is a discussion that continued tonight in South Sacramento between residents and the Sacramento Police Department. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Fox 40 News at 10, I'm Nikki Lorenzo.
And I'm Eric Harriman. Fox 40's Mason Morrow was at tonight's forum, joins us live now to give us a better idea of how that conversation went. Mason.
Well, Nikki and Eric, this was billed by the city of Sacramento as the first of 3 meetings with the Sacramento Police Department as well as the Police Review Commission to go over military use. But when those members of the public showed up for tonight's first meeting, they were given this sheet that lists a long list of military equipment needs that the police are requesting from the city. And state law requires that they first address the public to let them know exactly what they will be requesting. And those who showed up for tonight's meeting were just really upset there wasn't more advance notice.
Their lack of participation is really alarming to me.
Celisa Campos and the few others who showed up for Thursday night's meeting upset with Sacramento Police and the Police Review Commission's outreach for the discussion. California State Assembly Bill 481 requires law enforcement engage the public on proposed military use equipment before presenting it to City Council. The handful who showed up disappointed they were the only ones to give their input.
When they attend the City Council meeting and give their presentation on the feedback from the community, they will say, nobody turned out to say that they didn't want this to happen. You know, they'll be like, oh, there were only a few people that voiced concern, which is, these are the few people.
We know that there wasn't a lot of notification that went out. We tried to make sure that council members were aware and notifying their people in their districts, but we recognize that it was not going to probably be as well attended as we would have liked.
A false first step toward building trust between police and those they're meant to protect. A barrier Graciela Castillo Cringes with the Police Review Commission is working to break down.
We're going to actually be serious about continuing to build trust. We need to communicate.
In her mind, that starts with police acting more forthcoming, providing deeper data on the department's use of armored military vehicles in Sacramento neighborhoods.
Do we know if it's being used in Land Park or East Sacramento? Or is it being used down here in Meadowood? I don't know.
We can easily pull out and be able to say it was in this district and, this is how many officers responded. But that doesn't tell us who was in the house. That doesn't tell us how many people were in the house. It doesn't tell us the ethnicities or the genders of the people that are in that house.
All detailed information, Captain Marnie Steigert says the department is working to gather. But Celisa Campos tells Fox 40 police need to convince her the armored vehicles are necessary in the first place.
The situations that they could need them happen so few and far between in our communities that it really doesn't justify that much money going towards them.
If you didn't make it out to tonight's meeting, there are still 2 more happening that police and the Review Commission will be hosting coming up in a few weeks on July 27th and July 29th. Go ahead and visit our website at fox40.com to find out exactly where they're happening and what you should know to make sure you're informed so you can get involved. Reporting live in Sacramento, covering local news that matters, I'm Mason Morrow, Fox 40 News.
Mason, thank you.